What's up, After Hours crew? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. It is time for another full album listen, and there were a lot of really cool suggestions, but when I saw this one, I so honed into it and could not get it out of my mind because I'm like, why haven't I done this yet? This should have honestly been one of the first full album listens behind Pink Floyd that I should have done. And it's The Doors. You guys know I'm obsessed with Jim Morrison. I absolutely love the dark, poetic feel that this band gives. And I'm so excited that I finally get to sit down and do a full album listen. And of course, I'm going with their debut album. This one came out in 1967 and it's self titled. It's The Doors. And I can't wait to just kick back and enjoy it with you guys. So let's dive in. Also, fair warning, it's The Doors. I'm gonna get lost. I'm just inviting you guys to get lost with me. I chose this because I wanted a trip. So let's go ahead and let's go.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, yeah. We chased our pleasures here, dug our treasures there, but can you still recall the time we cried? Break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side.
Let's go.
I found an island in your arms, country in your eyes, arms and changes, eyes and lines. Break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through. Oh yeah! Wait to see, week to week, day to day, hour to hour, pain is straight, deep and wide. Break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through, break on through, break on through, break on through. Hey, 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 hey.
I love an energetic Jim. Ray Manzarek, is that how you pronounce it? On the organ is insane.
Well, the clock said it's time to close now. I guess I better go now. I really like to stay here all night. The cars crawl past, all stuffed with eyes. The street lights share, there were high, low, low. Your brain seems bruised with numb surprise. Still one place to go. Still one place to go. Let me sleep all night in your soul kitchen. Warm my mind with your gentle stone.
psychedelic Robbie Krieger. I never noticed how psychedelic his guitar playing is. He's incredible. And Jim Morrison makes you want to do the worst things in the best way.
Like to have another kiss, another flashing chance at bliss, another kiss, another kiss. The days are bright and filled with pain. Enclose me in your gentle rain. The time you ran was too insane. We'll meet again. We'll meet again. Oh, tell me where your freedom lies. The streets are fields that never die. Deliver me from reasons why you'd rather cry. I'd rather fly. The crystal ship is being filled. 1,000 girls, 1,000 thrills, 1,000,000 ways to spend your time. When we get back, I'll drop a line.
That was like so dark and dramatic and Jim. That's my favorite side of Jim. I love the dramatic side.
Well, she's fashionably lean, and she's fashionably late. She'll never rank a scene, she'll never break a day. But she's no drag, just watch the way she walks. She's a 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox. No tears, no fears, no ruin years, no clocks. She's a 20th century fox. Oh, yeah. She's a queen of cool.
What?
And she's the lady who waits. Sets her mind, let's school. It never hesitates. She won't waste time on elementary talk. 'Cause she's a 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox. Got the world locked up inside a plastic box. She's a 20th century fox. Oh, yeah. 20th century fox. Oh, yeah. 20th century fox. Oh,
accent is always such a great compliment to Jim, but I'm like actually going crazy over Robbie Krieger on the guitar. Uh-oh, what? I'm already in.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why.
Yeah.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die. Oh, moon of Alabama, now must say goodbye. We're lost, I'll get on, mama. I must have whiskey, oh, you know why. Oh, moon of Alabama, now must say goodbye. We've lost our good old mama. I must have whiskey, oh, you know why. Yeah. Oh, show me the way to the next little girl. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next little girl. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next little girl, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die.
It's so cool. I like this.
Oh, moon of Alabama, now must say goodbye. We lost our good old mama, and must have whiskey all your way.
I love that because it's got that circus funhouse, just totally weird vibe to it. And they had to be one of the first to ever do that. They had to be one of the first to do a lot of things.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
my god.
No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. You know that it will be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on 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 fire.
Okay, so I usually don't pause in full album listens, but that was such a different experience than any time I have ever heard it. That was absolutely insane. Because when we heard the organ, I felt happiness. I felt pure delight when they had their solo. And then right after the organ solo, we had the guitar solo, and I felt pure euphoria. But then the entire time, you have to admit, the drums were absolutely holding it down. And you were just so impressed over and over with the drum moments. And then the Jim Morrison delivery, the yearn, like, oh, I'm not okay. I'm not okay, because it felt like such an overwhelming amount of delight on so many of my senses. And then you have Jim Morrison come in after those solos and just like with those notes, and I don't feel okay. It was absolutely amazing. And I've heard Light My Fire before, but in this setting it's different. Okay, now let's go back to the vibe. But I just needed a minute, y'all. Just a tiny moment to compose myself. Not a sexy Jim Morrison yell after a yearning Jim Morrison song. That's overdoing it.
Yeah.
Hey, sus. But then give us more. Like Backdoor Man. Ah. Back down. That insane design.
You mean it's your dinner, it's your pork and beans.
Oh, of course.
I eat
more chicken than any man ever seen. Yeah. I'm a backdoor man. Don't you know what the little girls understand? Well, I'm a backdoor man. I'm a backdoor man. Oh, baby, I'm a backdoor man. Don't you know what the little girls understand?
Ah! It's so bluesy and dirty and sexy, and his wail in that one is just, oh. To tell myself, compose yourself during this entire album because of Jim Morrison. It's just,
I looked at you, you looked at me. I smiled at you, you smiled at me, and we're on our way. No one can turn back, yeah, we're on our way,
it's like a poppy fill.
and we can't turn back, 'cause it's too late, too late, too late, too late.
Still psychedelic.
Too late, and we're on our way. No one can turn back. Yeah, we're on our way, and we can't turn back. Yeah, yeah. We're on our way.
Drummer.
You walk with me. I talk to you. You talk to me, and we're on our way. No one can turn back. Yeah, we're on our way, and we can't turn back. 'Cause it's too late, too late, too late, too late, too late. And we're on our way. No one can turn back. Yeah, we're on our way, and we can't turn back. 'Cause it's too late, too late, too late, too late, too late.
As dark and poetic and sexy as Jim Morrison is, I love getting a reminder of how energetic he can be. I forgot all about that side of him. I get lost in the dark poetic side for sure. Who couldn't? Who wouldn't?
Take the highway to the end of the night, end of the night, end of the night. Take a journey to the bright midnight, end of the night, end of the night. Realms of bliss, realms of light. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to the endless night. End of the night, end of the night, end of the night, end of the night.
lost in the dark poetic side, and that guitar was
Time
right,
to
just made me toss
live,
it. I loved
time
it.
to love, time to laugh, time to die. Take it easy, baby. Take it as it comes. Don't move too fast. And you want your love to last. Are you been moving right too fast? Time to walk, time to run, time to aim your arrows at the sun. Take it easy, baby. Take it as it comes. Don't move too fast. Hey, you want your love to last. Are you been moving much too fast?
Oh,
Go real slow. You like it more and more. Take it as it comes. Specialize in having fun. Take it easy, baby. Take it as it comes. Don't move too fast. Hey, you want your love to last. Are you been moving much too fast? Moving much too fast. Moving much too fast.
that was a very sexually charged song. I feel as if. This is the end. I'll see you guys in like 10 minutes. 10, right? Meet you guys on the other side. You can hear like a nice sound.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end. No safety or surprise, the end. I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be so limitless and free? Desperately in need of some stranger's hand in a desperate land. inside the gold mine. Ride the highway west, baby. Ride the snake, ride the snake to the lake, the ancient lake, baby. The snake is long, 7 miles. Ride the snake. He's old and his skin is cold. The West is the best. The West is the best. Get here and we'll do the rest. The blue bus is calling us. The blue bus is calling us. Driver, where you taking us? The killer awoke before dawn. He put his boots on. He took a face from the ancient gallery and he walked on down the hall. He went into the room where his sister lived, and then he paid a visit to his brother, and then he walked on down the hall, and he came to a door, and he looked inside. Father, yes, son, I want to kill you. Mother, I want to. Come on, baby, take a chance with us. Come on, baby, take a chance with us. Come on, baby, take a chance with us and meet me at the back of the blue bus. Do not blue rock on that blue bus. Do not, come on, yeah. This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end, it hurts to set you free, but you'll never follow me. The end of laughter and soft light. The end of nights we try to die. This is the end.
That final note on the end is so haunting. Maybe one of the most haunting notes coming from Jim Morrison, and that says a lot because he has so many of them. And I feel like when you listen to the end, it feels like it's like a mirage that you can see if you have the right perspective or if you're willing to believe that it's there. I feel like that's what the entire song feels like. And it is such a trip, but it has such a journey and such an array of emotions in that over a little bit over 10 minutes that we get that song. But I think the biggest takeaway for me from listening to The Doors in a full-length album, which was really fun for me because as a big fan of The Doors, I have heard, I feel like if not all, most of the tracks on this album. So it's fun to come and now listen to it in its entirety, which honestly I feel like this is obviously the way that it should be done. You guys had it totally right. You should listen to an album in its full length because there is a lot of creativity and artistry that happens when they develop it, and this is such a prime example. But my biggest takeaway from this is, as a huge Jim Morrison fan, borderline obsession, I always focus on him when it comes to listening to the tracks individually. But I feel like the deeper I got into that album, the more I was absolutely astounded by the organ player. And I've only read the name, so I do hope I'm pronouncing them correctly because they both are kind of tricky. Ray Manzarek, the organ player, and then the guitarist, which I think is Robbie Krieger. And forgive me if those were pronounced incorrectly, I was floored. I was floored because I talk about the trip that the Doors give, and yes, like Jim Morrison has a haunting voice and he's super poetic if you're just gonna sit there and focus on the lyrics. But honestly, the trip that you're taking on is from those instruments. We talk about like phenomenal duos in music history. Those two have to be one. The fact that those two existed in a band at the same time was absolutely incredible because the way that the organ, which is such a unique and strong instrument, complemented and worked so well with the way that the guitar was played, which was played in such an eclectic way. How would you describe the way that the guitar was played? Because that's another like key thing that I need to talk about. It toyed with me. The guitar played with me. It tossed me from note to note, but it was so eloquently done and effortless. It was a fun ride and such a beautiful journey, but it was trippy. The way the guitar played was so psychedelic. And I feel like added the most psychedelic effect to The Doors, which is a big reason why I love this band, is it has that psychedelic feel, that psychedelic rock, bluesy, jazzy combination that like, oh, that is so indulgent. But then we have the organ. Oh, and it can just do such cool things. It can do such cool things. What was the song? Let me look. What was the song that had the circus feel to it? I have the list of songs. I'm trying to think. Was it Alabama Song? I don't know. There was one that had the circus feel to it. And oh, I always talk about how I love circus type songs, but to me, it was really cool to come back and listen to that and realize that that might have been one of the first people to ever do it. And of course, it would be the Doors because they can do that sound so well. They have that very, very weird, dark feel, and it just made so much sense. But the organ in that was really, really cool. And then just all the way through, it added so much to the album. But then I did not catch the name of the drummer, and I want to kick myself because it's not a name that I ever like truly grabbed onto. And I think that's because I really didn't pay attention until this album too. There were so many moments at the drums I was like, that's tricky, like that's so tricky, that's so cool, do it again. And they did, and I loved it. So like also like the drummer was incredible. So I think me coming in as a heavy Jim Morrison, I'm walking away from this as a heavy The Doors, because each one of them like deserve their flowers. They were all absolutely incredible, all absolutely artistic, and I enjoyed it so much. I know that the Doors were super influential, and I think after listening to this, it makes sense to me because of what they blended as far as, like I said, jazz and rock and blues and like that psychedelic feel. And they even had like the up-tempo songs, which I forgot as a big Jim Morrison, now the Doors fan. I forgot that he had that energetic feel. I did get lost in soul and Jim Morrison, and I was okay with that because I was like, oh, this tortured soul that you want to save, and he's beautiful, and he makes great music. I was lost in that, but I forgot that he had that energetic, fun side that we heard in some of the songs. There were a few in this album that I was like, oh yeah, like, and it was fun, and you were moving along, but then there was that yearning feel, and then there was that dark poetic feel, and then there was that dramatic, and there was everything. It was everything in one. It was wonderful. It was. Why did it take me so long to get to this album? I loved it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait for you guys to see what next full I can't wait for you guys to see what next full album listens I have coming up, and I hope that you guys are along for the ride. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.